Warning, is the stock market crash really over? That's a really important question. I have a special place in my heart for the bulls. Why? Because there ain't no party like a bull party. These last 2 days, oh my God, incredible snapback. But there's no way we're going to go mega up unless this was the crescendo and the price starts to go higher. So that's exactly what I want to walk through today. Unless you're Tesla, most stocks did pretty well today. But if we look a little bit closer, hold on. No group. Red, flat. What happened here? Why are these big cap stocks down? But the S&P and the NASDAQ are actually getting continuation. Something seems a little bit funky here, Jay. He's like, man, I don't know. Let's look under the hood. Exactly. Let's look under the hood. What is happening here? Well, let's go see. Why are these stocks down only? And it's notable because if we go to MAGS or the Magnificent Seven, equally weighted, what do we know? Nice red day today, down by 1%. Down by 1%? Didn't the S&P close up by nearly 1%? Yes. NASDAQ even better. Here's what's curious. Russell up by more. We talked about the snapback potential on the weekend. RSP up by 1.4. RSPT, equal weight technology, outperforming the Mag 7. Huh? What's going on here? My heart doesn't feel so warm. My stonks are down. Yes. If you own the Mag 7, you're probably a little bit red today. So we're going to talk about these alerts at the end of the show if there's time. But at a high level, we have Jerome Powell on Wednesday. But first, what if there's a special someone? He's like, hey, honey, who's on the line? Right? He's like, hey, who's on the line? Who's on the line? Come on, give me the picture. He's like, hey, who's on the line, honey? Who is it? I got a special place in my heart here for who? Oh, Putin allows some Western funds to sell Russian securities. If that hotline blings, is it going to be the special someone for the big President Donald Trump? Because it looks like he needs someone to make him happy. Who? A nice little Ken doll. Might have a special place in his heart for Putin. So let's see what could happen tomorrow. So I'm making a little bit of a joke, but think about this. If tomorrow we hear headlines that there could be global peace, hey, I'm going to say I am happy with President Trump. I will say he's the GOAT if it's the art of the deal and we get global peace and new all-time highs. So making a little bit of a joke, but yes, I am more than happy to say that I don't want to bet against America, as Warren Buffett would say. And if Donald Trump can deliver peace, truce, big gains, man, I don't care. I will say I like him. I will even say I love him. I might even call him the GOAT. Why? I think that's what everybody wants. So if that incoming call comes in tomorrow, are we going to get that heart emoji, or is it going to be another broken heart like everybody else? Well, here's a nice little headline from today. Yesterday. U.S. firm is going to build a factory with robots building robots to have 12,000 units a year. Cool. This is from Figure. This video was only about 2 days old, has 88,000 views. We're one of the first people to watch it here. What is this? It's robots making robots. Well, why does this matter? Well, isn't there something happening this week? This is backed by OpenAI, by the way, Figure. So this is a Figure 1, I don't know, Bot Q. Introducing Bot Q. Robots making robots. All right, we take the mask, we put the mask on, we brush the mask, we buff it up. Cool. Nice. Spin them up. There we go. Look at that. Yeah, we're making robots. This will be really important because over here, let me jump forward for 1 second here to re-record. Video's out late today, and I apologize, but honestly, the audio was not working. I forgot to hit unmute on my microphone. So in 17 hours, I'm either going to say, that's right, leather skin jacket, it did it. Or I'm going to say, oops, I was wrong, because GTC is going to be tomorrow. So a lot of these big stocks, like even Nvidia, they're selling off into the event. Look at that engulfing candle. Thank you, Luke, for pointing that out. Engulfing candle, but not quite a bearish engulfing candle. So is that the knee jerk before we go up? Well, I hope it is, because if stonks are going to go up, they kind of need the big dogs. We're about to form a death cross here. What is a death cross? It's death on the chart. It's not good. Okay, so S&P and QQQ. How could these things go higher? S&P thinks it can make it to 593 as its target, and QQQ is at roughly 508. So the reason why this is curious is because the risk reward is still roughly 2-1. And I'm going to ask you for a huge, huge favor. If you could please consider smashing the thumbs up or subscribing to the channel, I would greatly, greatly appreciate that. So to simplify this another way, we have to look at what happened here on the chart. Why? This is the bearish pattern. The bounce really only leads to a little bit of a move above the neckline here. Where's the neckline? A neckline on this pattern now. It's basically where we are right now. I talked about the potential for us to bounce as high of roughly 580s if we repeat the bounce on the 50 MA on the weekly here. But here's what we got to do. We have to wait till Friday. Friday? That's right. We are not going to get bullish evidence earlier than Friday at 4 o'clock, and we have to be above 570. That's the bearish. That's the bullish evidence. So where did we get to this week? Here's the curious part. Where's my levels? Here we go, right here. So we can note here, and I might be bouncing around, and I apologize. It's because I forget about what I recorded in the previous video like 20 minutes ago on this one here. Anyways, if we look now, where did we struggle today? 565 on the S&P. Yes, we did. Where did we hit our high? Roughly 570. So if now we look at the chart, we understand the system's trying to go up for roughly 3 weeks. If it's going to progress to the weekly chart or our swing algo, what we need to see is this. We can go here to our weekly chart. And what do we note? Well, we got progress. Why? Look at last week's high, 569.54. This week, 0.71. Hey, progress. That's a weekly higher high. What does that get us to? Let's go back here. That gets us to ingredient number 1 on the bull recipe. All right. How do we get to number 2 or a bounce? Well, that would be by closing above 570. We can get a reversal if we make it to number 4, closing for another week above there. Here's the tricky part. We did that here too. So 1 green week, a second green week, and this pattern would have served us really well because after it washed out roughly right here, we would have avoided all of the bear market. Why? We never formed a higher high. We wouldn't have gotten a buy signal. Another bounce here, but it fizzled. So the point is that levels matter. So if levels matter, do you know the levels? Do you know what could happen into Jensen? Is it going to be a sell the news? I hope it's not. I hope it's a buy the news, but I don't know. So why were all those big tech stocks down today? I want to shed a little bit of light on a potential reason why. We've talked about Manus before, but look at this video. It's from the Wall Street Journal from 2 years ago, right? Wall Street Journal is pretty conservative. They're talking about how Nvidia's A100 chip is its match with Biren's BR100. This company's now IPOing. Why does this matter? Read this headline. This might not be really good for Magnificent 7. Chip war. Chinese startup aims to break Nvidia's grip on AI with new model framework. With what? Chinese-made chips. Do you remember that the A100 is actually the chip that's powering ChatGPT? Not ChatGPT, sorry, DeepSeek. Yeah. So read this again. What could they do? Use their Chinese-made chips, which are equal to or better than Nvidia, to make their own stuff. And man, they are taking over. Oh, I forgot about this from the last video. Cheap Chinese cars are taking over Brazil and all the way to South Africa. We're very familiar with BYD, ding, ding, ding. And this goes back to Salvador, Brazil. Oh my God, what's in Salvador, Brazil? You're going to find out if you stay tuned. All right, here we go. So from 14 to 20 to 22, we're seeing some positive feedback. But at a very high level, we need to see more all the way into Friday. All right, that's it for today's video. I will see you on the next one.